Hello there, welcome to the Allotment Family Diary. My name's Tom and today it's Wednesday the 28th of January. I'm here with Chase. Hi buddy, how you doing? It's just started to rain. Now we've come out of the backside of Storm Chandra. It's so wet, it's been incredibly windy, we've had gale force winds. Luckily our plot's okay, we haven't really had any damage to it. It's just extremely wet, so I think the first thing I'm going to do today is get a roof on this thing. Let's get the tarp up. There, Chase, are you a bit happier? You can take shelter from the rain now, and so can I. So I've only just put up the shelter today because we've had gale force winds and this thing would have just got taken off and ended up on someone's plot somewhere in the allotment more than likely. For our shelter, we've got like a heavy duty tarp and I attach it with bungee cords. I have used wire in places, such as up here, because some of the bungee cords are being used to reinforce the chicken run over on Tilly's plot, because again the gale force winds have taken tarps off, so I do need to get some more bungee cords. I really recommend, if you're using a tarp for your shelter at your allotment or in your garden, using bungee cords because it gives it some flex. We've used it for about a year, obviously not in gale force winds, and it's been really good. We haven't had any issues with it blowing away. Oh wow, the sun's coming out. I haven't seen the sun in weeks, absolutely weeks now. I think it's really important to have a shelter at your allotment, and you may think, oh okay, it's something basic, why are you teaching me to suck eggs? But a shelter allows you to stay up here even when it's raining. I mean, if I had no shelter or no shed, I'd probably have to go back home because it would be tipping it down with rain and you don't want to get ill, obviously, especially during the winter. So a shelter is really important, and the amount of people I see up here running for the hills as soon as it starts to rain because they haven't got a shelter is incredible. So what do you guys use at your allotment for a shelter? Have you got a good old shed? Have you manufactured some sort of shelter with a tarp? Let me know in the comments, because it'd be really interesting to know and perhaps give other people ideas on how to shelter from the rain at their allotment plot. And I've just noticed over there we have a rainbow. We've got a rainbow up here. I haven't seen one of those for a good long time now. I'm going to let you into a little secret. Another reason I put this tarp up is because I've got a brand new camera. Now the last one broke down, I had a hard drive failure, so I've got something new and hopefully better. It's got a few more features on this one, so the eagle-eyed of you may notice a difference in our videos. We'll see, but it's quite sensitive to the rain apparently, so I hope it's okay. I hope you're going to enjoy the footage still. It's quite a nice camera, I think. Anyway, let's get on with some actual work at the allotment. Yeah, that's why I came up here. So this ratty old thing over here is our cold frame slash, I like to call it a mini polytunnel, to be honest. And last year we grew our melons in here and it worked so well, but there's been a problem with it. So if I open the flap, you might be able to see there's bits of plastic and things strewn around, and that's because one of the sides has just deteriorated and caved in, so that needs to be fixed today. If I just show you behind what's going on, so it's this plastic, it's either deteriorated or it's happened in the wind. Obviously it wasn't during the storm that we've just had. I'm gonna have to clear up all this plastic. This is one of these jobs that I've just been putting off and meaning to do for ages. Oh, hi Chase, hello. So today I think it's time to get it done. I've got some plastic left over from the polytunnel build, so I'm going to use that, and also the soil is going to need to be cleared up, freed of plastic, and more compost put in here. Well, I guess I'm going to have to wear gloves to do this because it looks like a cat has been using this as its toilet. Was that you, Chase? Seriously, Chase, you cannot use this as your personal latrine. You better not be coming in here to do another one. Oh, you're just going to roll in it, okay. It started raining quite heavily again. You can see the water puddling over there. Chase is hiding in my work area, and whilst it's having a bit of a rain, I just wanted to show you this. So these are the weeds that I'm pulling out from that cold frame / mini polytunnel, and they're called oxalis. Now when they flower, because they do flower, they've got really pretty yellow flowers, but this is such a hardy plant and it grows everywhere, all over our allotment site, and we are constantly pulling this thing up. I mean, it looks nice, but it is quite a pain. Pull the whole root out and it should stop it from growing back. I've snipped them before or pulled it and left roots in the ground, and they've just grown back so easily. And I think they also spread via seeds on the wind as well. Do you guys have issues with oxalis? Do you like oxalis? Would you just let it grow as a flower in your allotment or garden, or is it an absolute pain for you? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know what weed is the bane of your life at your allotment or in your garden. Let's give it 5 minutes and hopefully this rain stops. Get back to work. We have 2 visitors. It's Mum.
Hello.
And Finnegan in his little yellow raincoat. Hi, 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 hi.
He's got his little red fleece all underneath because it's really chilly.
Yeah, well, it's nice and warm in the sun though. The sun's come out.
It's just come out now as I got up here.
Yeah, we've had some rain showers, but it's kind of passed. So Finn is the sort of dog that doesn't like to be standing still for more than a second.
Probably, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I have got a couple of chews though with me. I'm just going to go over to my plot and do a couple of things and then put the hens in. No Tor's at home. He's not here.
Yeah, your uncle's at home. Uncle Tor's at home. He's not here, Finn. And I think I'm just about done, so I'll just show you what's actually gone on behind here. So we've got the new plastic put onto the side. It's all been stapled, and then I've used a layer of soil just to kind of bank it in a little bit. What I will do, I think, when we have some nicer weather, is use some polytunnel fixing tape all the way down here just to make sure these flaps, the wind might catch it, or you could get water going inside. So I'll tape that up when the weather clears up a little bit. And we've got the canes back in place, so we've got this netting on top that obviously stops the birds landing on it and piercing it with their claws or their beaks. It's worked really well. We've not had any issues whatsoever, as you can see. So the netting has done the trick here. And then inside I've done 2 bags of multi-purpose compost. I reckon another 2, between 2 to 4, so we'll have 6 in total, and that should top it up nicely. But that is a lovely afternoon's work. And of course you're probably wondering, what are we going to grow in that little grow house? Well, I think this year is probably going to be lots of chilies. I think it's a great place to put your smaller compact bush varieties in there. It'll be perfect. But have you got any suggestions? What do you think I should grow in that grow house? One last thing before I go home and get my dinner. Just how much did it rain? Let's have a look. A little bit. It's a bit wet.